Good morning, people. How the devil are you this morning on this not so fine Thursday? I'm just outside deciding whether or not to put my washing out. So glamorous is my life. What do you think? Yeah? No? Maybe? The worst thing is, I've got to go out. So if I peg it out and I risk it, and it rains, when I get back, I'm going to have to wash it all again, and then I'm going to have the same problem tomorrow. But if I don't peg it out, and I go out, and it's nice, then when I get home I'm going to think, oh, it'd have been dry. It's a daily conundrum. We all have it. We maybe don't think we have it, but we do. You've thought this. Think back to when you last did your washing. You've thought it. Anyway, I was inspired yesterday, which doesn't happen overly often. So I just thought I'd really quickly tell you about it. Last night I was flicking through social media, as you do, TikTok in particular, and one of my most favourite creators, Jess, came up, and I love watching her videos because she's so lovely and she's always so kind and she's always really nice, and she just has, I think, like in life, you just get some people who are just put on this earth to just make other people's lives a bit nicer, and I think she's definitely like one of those people. And I was watching it, and it was unusual for her because she was doing a video about something that she'd seen on social media, ironically, some of the comments on some of the top creator accounts and how they weren't very nice and things like that. And it sort of got me thinking, really. And I've had a bit of a strange week, which I talked about yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. And we all get them, don't we? We all get like random weeks. And I started thinking about what, like what makes people be like nasty and what makes people be jealous and what kind of drives people to take time out of their day to purposely try and upset somebody else. So to post something on social media about a certain person that's really nasty, or even just to click like the comment button and spend their time like writing a comment that's just totally irrelevant. And then I started thinking, I thought, is everybody just like that now? Like, is that just what we live in now? Like, is that just the times that we're in? And it made me really fed up because I thought, like, I've got 2 young kiddies, and I thought, oh, if that's the sort of world that, it's turning into, it's like really sad. But then I started thinking about my own week, as you do, because I go over things, as you do. Overthink me? Never. I started thinking about my week, and I remembered a couple of things that have happened to me this week, and one of them was yesterday. So I just thought, just to add a little bit of positivity to the negativity, I would share it with you. So first thing that happened to me, I'd nipped to the supermarket with the kids. My little boy hates shopping, and I mean I hate food shopping, but his hatred goes to another level. He absolutely hates it. So we get to the supermarket, and I only wanted a couple of things, and he was like, oh, can I sit in a trolley? And I said, no, you're not sitting in a trolley. I said, I only need a couple of things. And he's like, but can't sit in a trolley, my legs are tired. He's 5. So I said, no, I ain't got any pound coins. So I said, you can't, so you'll have to walk. And at that moment in time, this lady was obviously walking past, and she stopped and she turned and she went, oh, I've got a pound coin. She was like, 1 second. And she went to get her purse out. And I said, oh, no, honestly. I said, it's fine. I said, he's fine to walk. I said, he's just being dramatic. No. She said, honestly. She says, let me give you the pound. She says, I don't want it back. She said, but, if it makes your life easier, like round the shop. And I was like, no, honestly. I said, thank you ever so much. I said, but it really doesn't matter. It's fine. And I wandered off, and it made me smile because I thought, oh, weren't that like a really nice thing for that lady to do? Like, I didn't know her from Adam. I'll probably never ever see her again in my life. And even in like this day and age, and I know people say, oh, it's £1, but £1 to a lot of people is like a lot of money. It's a lot of money to me. And I thought she was just going to give me that, without like a second's thought. And I thought, isn't that really nice? It's really kind. And I'd forgotten about it. That was the thing. I think your life gets taken over by so much negativity that you forget. And then another thing that happened to me yesterday was took the kids to soft play ballpark thing. And I was just sort of sat staring into nowhere with a cup of hot chocolate, as parents do at ballparks. And this lady came over and she was like, oh, excuse me, is that your little girl with the leopard printed clothes on and the long hair? And I said, yeah. And she said, I think my little grandson's taking a bit of a shine to her, isn't he, for? She says, but he don't really play with kiddies really whenever we come. He's a bit shy. But she said, your little girl, and she said, if that's your little boy, he seems to have taken a real shine to him. But if he gets on their nerves, just let me know and I'll distract him. She said, because I usually have to go in there with him and like play with him. And I said, oh no, it's fine. I said, like, my daughter's used to my little boy toddling about after her anyway. I said, she's used to it, don't worry about it. And I said, oh, just to obviously let you know, because I always feel I have to let people know. I said, the kids are not off school poorly or anything. I said, we're home ed, so that's why the kids are here and they're a bit older and one thing and another. And with that, she was like, oh, do you mind if I turn my chair around and just ask you a couple of things? And I was like, no, that's absolutely fine. And she was like, oh, she said, because my daughter is possibly thinking of home education for the little boy who my kiddies were playing with. And to cut a long story short, we had a lovely chat. She was this lovely, lovely lady. We were talking about all manner of things. Again, I'd never met her before in my life. She'd never met me. Probably never speak to her ever again. But she was so lovely. And it just sort of made me think again. When I got home last night, I started thinking, I was telling my other half about it. And she took my number, like we swapped numbers, and I said, oh, if you come again, let me know, and and she said, oh, I'll pass your number on to my daughter, and she said, because she doesn't know anybody else who home ed's in the area, and one thing and another, but that was only like one side of the conversation, and it was really, really nice. And I thought, I went out this morning, this was yesterday, and I felt a bit meh. I didn't really want to go because it's ballparks and kids, they have like the machines in there with all the toys in it, like the pound machines. And I come up with every excuse in the book, like I just don't take the money with me anymore, because they would literally just stand there and pile our entire life savings into them if they could, for these little squish things which are about 10p. Anyway, that's by the by. So I didn't want to go, but then I went, and then I ended up talking to a lovely lady, and then off the back of that, she may be like, like I might get to know her a bit better, or her daughter, the kids all might get to know each other. And so just a really quick thought for today is, I think we all get bogged down with all the things in life that we don't have, which is why I think a lot of people are jealous of other people, because they don't like the fact that other people have stuff they maybe don't have. I think we get bogged down with the negativity, because every time we turn on the news, every time we turn on the radio, every time we even speak to people, like if you bump into people, the first thing we say is, I was in the supermarket the other day and I bumped into someone, they're like, oh, isn't everything expensive? And oh yeah, it is, yeah, rah. So my thought today is, instead of looking and focusing on things that we don't have and the things that we haven't done or we've still got to do, if you've got a really big to-do list today and you think, oh, I've got to do this, got to do that, got to do that, instead of beating yourself up over it and feeling really crappy about it, do like I did yesterday. Think back over the last week or so of all the things that you have done, all the things that you have achieved. And by that I mean just like day to day, like just getting up, getting organised, getting the shopping done, getting the cooking done, paying the bills, going to work, looking after the kids, getting the car MOT'd, sorting out the house insurance, doing your online banking, anything at all, because it's all an achievement, and I think we all really lose sight of that. So instead of focusing on anything today, just focus on something really good. Hashtag, guys, positivity.